Take a nice deep breath and gently let it go. Follow it up with another deep inhale, open mouth, let it go. Letting go of any tension, any worry, any fear, any stuff of the day. Just breathe it out and let it go. Take another deep inhale. And gently begin to bring your attention to your breathing. Watching the rising and the falling of your precious breath. Allowing yourself to relax, to let go, and to surrender into this moment. Take another deep inhale. Open mouth, let it go. Bring your attention to your heart space. And to the best of your ability, imagine this beautiful, warm glow. And within this gentle light is peace, calmness, and relaxation. And as you continue to breathe with each inhale, imagine to the best of your ability this glow growing brighter and brighter. So hi, welcome everybody. We're having a little bit of technical snafu today, but excited to be here, excited to have another opportunity to share. My name is Mark Romero, and this, of course, is
Dr. Lara. And
so welcome so much. Thank you for being here. We've been coming on live at 1 p.m. every day, Pacific time, that is, sharing a mindset to kind of support you on creating inner peace in the midst of all the chaos, in the midst of all the craziness that's taking place in the world. I just got some notes from some people who I guess were into self-abuse or something and decided to watch the debate, and they're like, they're more erratic than ever. I'm like kind of going, you know what, just let's create some peace in the midst of all the craziness in the world today. So we're excited to have an opportunity to share and present you another mindset to support you in doing what I believe is, this is about rising above fear. This is about rising above anxiety. This is about rising above all the craziness that's in the world, all the different ways we're being triggered right now, and to tap into that space where you can find the eye of the storm, where you can find that quiet place, where you can find your power, where you can find your sovereignty, and begin to recreate your experience and recreate the world that we live in. So we're excited to have an opportunity to share. And I see some notes coming in, so hello, nice to see you. So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh,
she loves when I throw these
I know. It's
side
like here
things
I thought he was going to keep talking, and I was just going to like add to what he was saying. But yeah, no doubt that after what happened last night, that emotions are high. And part of the reason why we're here and why we're doing this is to help people realize that they're not victims to what is happening, and to understand from a higher perspective why this is happening. As what's happening on the outer world is happening on the inner world. And if you look at what's happening outside of ourselves, it is chaos. It is fear. It is anger. It's frustration. I mean, it's all over the place. Like, it is a mess. Okay. And our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. And it is because all of humanity for millennia has been taught to push their emotions down. And when we push our emotions down, it gets stored in our energy body. Because think about it, like, we are taught that when you feel your emotions, you're weak. You're a woman. It's like bad because we're emotional. It's not in a man's world. It's not in a place for business. And we're hysterical, all of that kind of stuff. But the reason why we were pushed down is because they understood that our emotions are the key to our freedom. That's how we manifest. That's how we live. Okay. So this is just coming up right now.
Okay.
So with emotions, what?
I'm good. Keep on going.
With emotions, okay, so here's like a baseline of where most people live. And down here are the emotions that don't feel good. Okay, I didn't say they were negative. I was just saying that they're emotions that don't feel good. That's fear, that's worry, that's shame, that's guilt, that's all of that stuff, and it's all down here.
So welcome, everybody. I'm so glad to have you here. Those of you who are on live, those of you who are catching the replay, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I am really excited about today's theme. It's really interesting, and just like the last month and a half, it's been like amplified learning. I guess that's a good way of putting it. Yes, some twists and turns and some things of the human experience that we all get to encounter with and deal with in our life and stuff, but really amplified learning. And so I'm really excited about today's theme, that being on faith and trust. How do we build faith and trust? Especially when the external world or our health gives us all the reasons not to have faith and trust. How do we find that space to create that state of being? And so I guess that really brings up a great question. Well, why is that state of being important? Well, we want to consistently continue, and this is part of what Dr. Lara are up to and what the membership site is up to for those of you who are members, is to really, how can we continually raise our vibration, our energy, continue to tap into this aspect of who and what we are, this divine expression of life that has come here to express ourselves on the highest, most beautiful level possible. And how do we get in touch with that? Because obviously we go through the twists and turns of the human experience. Sometimes we feel totally disconnected from that, and I completely get it. And quite honestly, I don't think it's not right that we, as these beautiful expressions of life, should have to struggle so much into stepping into our greatness, stepping into our power, remembering who and what we are, and expressing that into the world. So with that being said, the reason why Lara and I do the work that we do is really, can we create the space? Can we create tools? Can we provide mindsets to help you in this process of your continual evolution and uplifting yourself and raising yourself to these new levels of consciousness and awareness, and tap into higher levels of who and what we are? And it really brings me to this idea of this concept of faith and trust. Why is this important? This is such a powerful state of being. And it literally, when I say state of being, it's like, how can we be? Well, I can be a person of faith and trust in my evolution, in my journey in life. And it's not something that you can find out there. Like, you can't go on Amazon and search for faith and trust and find faith and trust where you can buy it and have it delivered next day for free via Prime. It's not out there. Same thing with security. Same thing with self-love. Same thing with compassion. Same thing with peace. In fact, when we base our faith and trust, or any of those states of beings, on things outside of ourselves, it's fleeting. We'll never get there. And so this state of faith and trust, having faith that regardless of where you're at in your life, regardless of what it is that you're experiencing, regardless of the challenges that might be showing up in your experience, regardless of whether you think you should be where you're at right now or not, You know, faith is a powerful frequency of energy. When we embody that, it can help lift us to a whole nother level. And that is the whole purpose of life, is to lift ourselves continually, to lift ourselves to new heights, to express ourselves from those heights, and to continue to show up and be this, you know, a beacon of light was actually the word that showed up in my head. You know, by us being our authentic selves, by being completely aligned with our heart and our soul and expressing that into the world. And as I mentioned, this membership site's all about removing the pieces that are getting in the way of that, and also integrating these higher vibrational frequencies that are going to help you to embody that on a whole nother level and expand into that on a whole nother level, so that you can expand, grow, and also expand and grow how it is that you express yourself out into the world.
So I think everybody on the call knows who I am and what I'm about, so I don't need to go into that. But I just want to honor each one of you for taking the time to be on this call and to be with me today. I know that you have a million other things to do, and you've decided to be here with me today. So I'm very grateful and honored that you've come here into this space. And I also would like to honor Mark. I'm going to pop your head in here real quick so people can see you.
Hi.
There he
Hi.
is. He's the mastermind behind all of this. So I just want to honor him and thank him for making this possible, because if he wasn't here, I would not be able to do this. So just want to honor you. And we're going to be hearing from him a little bit later into the
Yes,
call.
dear.
Yes. Yes. Because he listens to me for the most part. So anyway, so with that, what I wanted to do today to start with, for those of you that are on the membership, there's a Facebook page that they get to go on, and we get to converse during the week and answer questions. And Mark and I are starting to do videos to help serve better. And one of the questions was, I wanted people to tell me what their wins are, because it's really important that we acknowledge what our wins are and to have the energy of the group to be behind that and to celebrate your win. So a couple people had written in. I'm not going to say names because a couple people didn't want to didn't want their name mentioned, but that's okay. So the first one, this is a win. I courageously stood in my truth when speaking with my brother. I allowed myself to be vulnerable, which was scary and rejoicing at the same time. In regards to our work together, I feel like the parts that had to do with my family, feeling safe, growing up, feeling accepted, came full circle. I feel like a huge weight has been lifted, and I can see how my internal work is now radiating out into my relationships, creating the life I want. Like, how amazing is that when you do your internal work and you begin to see what everybody else is doing and how they're shifting and changing. So you know who you are, who wrote that, and I just want to honor you. That is a wonderful, wonderful win, and I just want to celebrate you. It's beautiful. Okay, and the next one is, 2 weeks ago, I decided to quit smoking pot. After a few rocky days, I've been fine. And the win is that I feel so much more present. And get this one, I know I won't run to alcohol when I feel overwhelmed because I'm making better decisions for myself. Oh my God, that is like, that's why we're here. So we're able to step in and make decisions that work for us. And it is so, so beautiful. So you know who you are, and I'm honoring you, and I'm just so, so happy for you. And then the next one, I definitely feel a deeper connection to myself and intuition. I feel more aligned with my inner guidance, as in I know what's right for me and what's not. And I feel like I understand myself and have more insight into my actions, emotions, thoughts, and desires. Like, that is huge for someone to be able to understand themselves and to come from a place of knowing what's best for you and making that decision. What a gift. So, and you know who you are. So there's just wonderful, wonderful things that are happening with this group. I'm so excited and grateful that you have shared these wins. So with that, we're going to just breathe in that energy of wins. And I know there's other of you that are on this call that have wins but didn't share it with me. So I just want you to take a moment and just honor yourself.
So welcome everybody. How is everybody today? So happy to have an opportunity to share. My name is Mark, in case you didn't know. I'm excited to be here today to have an opportunity to share. LaShawn says thankful, so happy. Paul says hi to everybody. I'll keep an eye open for anybody need latecomers. But otherwise, we're going to get started. And I've been in preparation for this. As you could tell, I have this like white board here. You're probably like, oh, what's that all about? Well, I used to do this kind of like similar talk in webinar format where, you look at screens. I'm like, I love to, speak and be in a group. So since we're just now starting to loosen up on the group thing, next best thing is just to speak in front of the camera and kind of go from there and see what comes out. So I'm excited to be sharing with you. Today is all about accelerating your personal evolution. And what does that really mean? That really means waking up to who you are. We are in a time where we are been given, continue to be given this tremendous, huge wake-up call. And now is the time for all of us to wake up, to accelerate our personal evolution, and step into being who we really are. And so I'm going to take quantum physics, fifth dimensional stuff, I'm going to squeeze it down the best way I can into this space of Sharpies and colors and images to really bring this down to earth on how it is each and every one of us can accelerate our personal evolution and awaken to who and what we are. And most importantly, rise above the static and noise of the modern day world, because there is a tremendous amount of static and noise out there right now. As we know, it has hit full throttle in the last 2 months, 2.5 months. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be letting up anytime soon. However, this has always been my stance. And there have been days when I have masterfully accomplished this and days where I've struggled with it, like many of us, where we can leverage this time to exponentially expand, but to take quantum leaps in our awakening. And that's what I want to create for the space today. I want to create the space today for all of us to quantum leap our awakening and the realization of our power and step into being who and what we are so that we can start bringing our light, our mastery, who and what we are out to a higher level, because it's that light that's going to transform the world. So I'm so excited to be sharing with this to you today. So today I'm going to share 5 essential steps on how you can accelerate your personal evolution and how you can enhance your awakening, enhance your expansion, and remember who you really are. And that is so key right now, because who we are is so much more than the story that we have created in here right now. And it doesn't matter what that story is, I guarantee you there's more to evolve into, there's more to shift into, there's more to expand into and to awaken. And so I'm going to be sharing 5 steps with you to help you to expand that awakening. I'm very excited for that. So a couple other people coming on in. I think I got there's some more here. I missed some. I better do this real quick. Okay, you are being admitted. So awesome. Okay, good stuff. I'm going to keep an eye on that because it doesn't always show me. Oh, there we go. All right. So wonderful. So yes, we're going to go through these 5 steps. Going to take you through it. I'm going to do my best to honor our hour time slot and really present a lot of information. Going to do her thing. I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm going to sit to the side here and we'll get started.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, welcome everybody. I am so delighted that you are here on the call. I know that you could have done a lot of other things tonight. You could have spent your hour and a half doing something else, but you chose to be with me here tonight, Mark and I and the angels. And I am in such appreciation for that. So thank you. So I just want to give you a little bit of an overview about tonight. I'm going to tell a little bit about myself, which is going to lead into a couple of the angel messages that I had received, and then we're going to go into a guided process. It'll be about 20 minutes, which is like a healing process that you guys will have forever and ever. You can listen to it over and over again. And then if there's enough time, I'll answer a few questions. We have quite a few people on the call tonight, so I will not get to everybody, but I will get hopefully to a couple people. So, and I need water already. So just make sure that you guys are in a nice space where you will not be disturbed. This time is for you. And just allow yourself to be here and to receive and to put all the worries and fears and the to-do lists and all that outside of the door, and just allow yourself to create a space of receiving for yourself tonight, because this is what we're here to do, to receive the influences, to receive the healing energies of the angels. So a little bit about myself. Some of you know who I am, but you might not know the whole story. And usually I don't tell my story, but I was in meditation today, and I just got that it's really important for me to share a little bit because of what's going on today. So I grew up in a pretty tumultuous home. My dad was an alcoholic, Irish Catholic family. So there was a lot of guilt involved, a lot of alcohol involved, and a lot of shenanigans. And I was the youngest of 4 girls. So there were parties at our house all the time. And I was like 4, 5, and 6 years younger than my sisters. So I wanted to do whatever I could to fit in. And since we were all partiers, I learned how to drink with the best of them at the age of 13. So I started my party and my drinking path at 13, and I did that for about 10 years. And in the course of those 10 years, it kind of started off to be fun, and then it wasn't so fun. And I found myself in a very, very deep, dark place of not wanting to be here anymore, to the point where I was laying in bed for days with the curtains drawn, and I was contemplating how I was going to commit suicide. And it's a very scary, scary place for me. And there was one evening where I was dating somebody that was 40 miles away, and he worked the night shift. And so I would go up and see him, and I'd come home about 11:30 at night after being awake all day. And I remember driving on the road, and I was having this conversation with the universe. And I was just saying, you know, why am I here? There's no purpose for me being here. I feel like I'm just taking up wasted space, and, you know, give me a sign, because I don't want to be here. I had no direction in life. I had no purpose. And I didn't know why I was here. And my last thought was, okay, universe, if I am here for a reason, if I fall asleep at the wheel and I get in a car crash and I die, I was good. Seriously, I was good. I was fine to go. But if I survived, that would mean that I would be here for a reason. And that was my last thought. And then I went to the side of the road, and I got in a car crash.
You know, this is truly an amazing design that we live in. It doesn't always feel that way, but it truly is. I mean, if you think about it, we are these expansive, energetic beings. I mean, we're energy vibrating at different frequencies. I think we're all becoming more and more aware of that every day. And it is so important, kind of like the guitar, to have those strings, those facets, those aspects of ourselves to be in tune, to be able to play beautiful music. And the most amazing thing about this whole design called life is that out there is a reflection of in here. And I know that stirs stuff up for people, because, like, why would I outpicture this in my life? And that's always a good question. In fact, it's an excellent question to ask when you are experiencing disharmony in any facet of your life, whether it's your health, whether it's your relationships, whether it's in prosperity. There's always something there. It's like, yeah, come here, have a human experience, and experience yourself. And of course, we've all been taught and brought up in school and all these different things that out there is separate from us somehow, some way. But yet it really isn't. And it's kind of like the dashboard of your car, man. When the indicator light comes on, there's something that needs to be addressed. And that's the same thing when challenges arise in our health or in our relationships or in the world. And it means we need to let go of some old stuff that's not serving us anymore, and to really bring in something that's more in alignment with who we are, which are these magnificent expressions of life, of divine source energy, whatever you want to call it, of the field of unlimited possibility. So I love this aspect of energy, and I think we're all in this process of awakening to our power to change our lives, but also to change the world that we live in. And in order to be able to do that, we've got to be in alignment. We have to bring in alignment these aspects of who and what we are. And if you want to break it down to maybe more of a way you understand, if you think about, if you've been following the work in chakras, get the chakras in alignment. Get your energy field in alignment. Get your thought process, your subconscious beliefs in alignment with what it is that you truly are, who you really are, and what it is that you truly want to create in your experience. And amazing things can open up for you. So the beautiful thing is, kind of like brushing our teeth, we have to bring ourselves into alignment every day, hopefully anyways, right? And just like the guitar, I have to tune this multiple times every day. I can play one song and the guitar's already out of tune before I'm done playing, so you tune it again. And that's such an essential process of life. But when you put harmony out, when you put your music out and it's in alignment, oh my gosh, not only is it going to impact people's lives around you, it's also going to impact your life. It's also going to impact what gets reflected back. So, I thought I'd play a little musical mantra for alignment today to help us to kind of breathe deeply, to kind of align ourselves with really creating an extraordinary weekend, learning from our lessons, and unfolding another level of who and what we are, and realizing our magnificence, our unlimited potential, our power on a whole nother level. So, as with all journeys, they all begin with an intention. Are you willing to set the intention to align your energy, align yourself with your magnificence, align yourself with who you really are? So just breathe.